When we burn something with carbon, we get carbon dioxide. This becomes a problem because when it builds up in the atmosphere, it helps to increase global warming possibilities. So, what we plan on doing is implementing carbon sequestration, which is the process of removing carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and storing it. This can be done through a lot of different ways. One is through porous rocks that can grab the carbon dioxide and store it within them. Or B, you can use an algae that uses photosynthesis. What we plan on doing specifically is using blue-green algae, which is the most productive way to reduce that carbon dioxide, and we plan on using it around the factories and anywhere else that implementing carbon dioxide and removing it from the atmosphere. So what is blue-green algae? Simply put, it is a relatively simple organism that converts inorganic material into organic material through photosynthesis using light energy. All it requires is a moist or damp environment. That's all it needs is to be successful. So it really is a very efficient means of reducing these emissions. Now, why are we going to do this? Why is it a big deal? Well, global warming could be considered a very, very real thing, and if it is, then those greenhouse gases building up could have a detrimental effect on the environment. The federal government said that this is one of the most promising ways of reducing carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. So why is this a big deal? Why does it pertain to us? Well, basically because it's going to help us economically, it's going to help us socially, and it's going to help us environmentally. Economically, it's going to have a high upfront cost. It is. It's pretty expensive to implement it. However, over the long run, we're not going to have to keep issuing this. We're not going to have to keep renewing it. So it's eventually going to pay itself off. Socially, it's aesthetically pleasing. It's not like it's going to be some big bulky thing that's in the way all the time that people are going to have to look at. It's a very small thing that's just going to be implemented around the buildings. Also, people are going to have to go through major changes. It's a very, very, very simple way to do this. We're not having big machines that are doing anything. All it is implementing algae around the buildings. And lastly, it's going to help environmentally for obvious reasons. There's going to be less pollution, there's going to be less greenhouse gases, and in the end, it could very well help to decrease greenhouse emissions in the atmosphere. In fact, Ohio State University has already done a study that shows by 2010, algae screens can and likely will be in use. They say that it's a simple, sustainable way to go about reducing pollution in the environment. Pollution that we're getting from traffic jams, from industrial smog, from all over the place. And so it is a very reasonable thing that's being done as we speak. And it's being done effectively on top of that. In a nutshell, what we plan on doing is capturing the ability of carbon sequestration through green algae. The way they do that is that it's a very simple organism that converts inorganic material into organic materials such as carbon through the process of photosynthesis using light energy. So we plan on using that to decrease greenhouse gases throughout the country, and all we need is the backing of the United States government to do that. It's going to have a better economic effect, better environmental effect, and better social effect.